Last but not least, grades in the case study assignment go for your academic standards. So just have a nice, neat assignment. So it should be well organized. There should be good flow to the document. You know, it should follow a fairly progressive ABCDE intervention, regular monitoring, evaluation, reflection. You should use headings and subheadings. Your appendices should be appropriately labeled. So anything that goes in the appendices, such as your nutritics output, that should be correctly ordered, and then it should be appropriately labeled within your text. And I would strongly encourage you to include, I'd say include more than rather than less in your appendices. So that is to really help evidence. There's a whole lot of work goes into a 6-week intervention or an 8-week intervention. So that can really help to evidence what you've been doing. Make sure that all your documents are anonymized. You can include age or date of birth, but I don't want to see any names. So make sure that that's covered off on your PARQ, on your nutritics output, anything like that. I don't want to see the name of your athlete. I should not be able to identify them, and that's an important part of professional standards. And yeah, generally, I just want it to look pretty. Yeah, the prettier it looks, the happier I'll be. Academic writing. So that's included here in the academic standards. It should be well written. There should be good flow to your writing. It is an academic piece of work. And you'll see in the rugby case study that I've included on your Moodle, and also maybe even the Daniel Davies one on the Dublin footballer, on the vegan diet. You know, while you've done this intervention, your write-up is academic, so you should have a good standard of academic writing. Appropriate referencing, appropriate sources of information. So you'll lose marks here, for example, if your athlete, I'm using this change in weight as an easy one again as an example, but if your athlete wants to lose weight and gain muscle mass, if you haven't included the appropriate references for sustainable weight loss and protein intake during a calorie deficit, then you shouldn't get the grades for the referencing. So your sources of information should be strong. They should inform your intervention. They should be appropriately cited and then in the text and then referenced in your reference list. So that's what I'm looking for in the referencing. It's not just, oh, but I did them all exactly as the Harvard referencing guidelines say. If they were bad references, then that's an issue as well. It's the quality of the references, how they're used, how they're cited in text, and how they're referenced at the end as well. So it's a bigger picture. No spelling mistakes, and yep, that's it for the academic standards.